Hi guys, and happy Saturday, happy day after Christmas. I hope you guys had a beautiful, beautiful Christmas. We had a beautiful Christmas. However, we had a frighteningly fierce storm Christmas Eve. And the wind was about the scariest I've ever heard in my whole life. So I didn't get that much sleep, thinking about the trees and all kinds of stuff, right? And I had to get to my mother's at 6 a.m. because I had to put the roast in the crock pot. So, 6 a.m., come outside to drive over to my mother's. I get all the way to her house, and I see this. So, a huge tree, a huge evergreen tree, a beautiful evergreen that they've had forever, was blown over by the wind, roots and all, the whole thing, and it went straight across the driveway. I almost pulled right into the driveway because at 6 a.m. it was dark out, and when I was going to turn into the driveway, I see this big dark thing, because it was dark out. I see this big dark thing, and then it dawned on me what it was. So I went around the block, parked on the street, and went inside. And when the light came up, we took more pictures of it. I mean, we took more footage and pictures of it, because it was, there's a picture here of my dad standing in front of it, where you can get an idea of the scope, of the size of the tree. But it didn't harm anything. It didn't hit anything. It went straight across the driveway. So it didn't fall in the street, so it didn't block the road. It didn't fall on the house. It was, if a tree had to fall, it was the best possible scenario. The only sad thing is that the tree, you know, is gone now. So, and my father was poking all around the tree, looking all over the tree and making sure there were no little animals in there or little nests or anything. He was really, really worried about that. But, I don't know, it seemed to be okay. But anyway, so when the light came up and we could actually see what was going on, this is what it looked like. But look how the roots broke. See? Yeah, but they broke right off. That's how bad the wind was.
This is actually that's north, right?
So, anyway, it didn't ruin our day at all. We had the most magical Christmas. It was, we had so much fun. I cooked all day long. we made, since it was so early when I had to put the roast in, I made a breakfast casserole in the morning. So we had Christmas breakfast. Then we opened gifts. Then we played some Christmas bingo. And then we finished the side dishes for the feast in the afternoon. And we made the roast beast. We made onion gravy, mashed potatoes, green bean casserole, Yorkshire puddings, and my mother made her famous cheesecake. So we had a lot of food, and we were still full from breakfast. So it was like we waited as many hours as we could in between meals so that we would actually want to eat again. But it was so great, and it was so nice. By the end of the day, by the time I got home, I was like exhausted. You know, standing on your feet all day, your back hurts, cleaning all those dishes, everything that we had to do. It was very, very tiring, but it was so worth it. And I'm telling you, both of the main holidays this year during COVID, Thanksgiving and Christmas, were two of the most fun we've ever had. Despite the tree falling, you know, it didn't damper anyone's mood. It was just an incredible day. So we had a lot of fun. And this morning, all right, so it was about 65 degrees yesterday. It was hot in that house. I was opening windows, you know, to get some air. With everything cooking, it got super hot. And my father likes to keep the house like too hot. You know, old people like to be very warm. You know, when you're dying of sweat, they're just comfortable. So, but I had to open the windows in the kitchen and the dining room because I couldn't. And I filmed a little. I was so busy that I filmed some of the cooking, but I messed up when the whole feast was on the table. That's the one that I wanted to get everything on the table. And how beautiful it looked, but I didn't have, the camera wasn't on, so I missed all of that. So I can't even show you that. But anyway. So this morning, yesterday I was so busy that I didn't get a chance to buzz my father's hair, and he asked me if I would do that yesterday, but he said I will just do it tomorrow. So I did it this morning, and oh, before that I went to the big thrift. I went to the thrift outlet. Okay, now the day after Christmas. Who knew? They normally open at 9. They opened at 10. And so I was there like, I had about 10 minutes to kill. And so I stayed in the car because it was like 20 degrees. 65 yesterday, 20 degrees this morning. The temperature difference was, you can't even adapt to that. You know what I mean? So I got to the door thinking they were open. And there were two guys standing there, and I said, are they open yet? And they said, no, they're opening at 10. And I see all these rocks and bags and things like in a line down the sidewalk. And I was like, what the hell? He said, oh yeah, people are marking their places. It's too cold to stand out here. I was like, oh my God, you've got to be kidding me. So I went back to the car, waited until all these nutcakes were inside when I could walk in leisurely. Because anybody that gets that excited or wants to get in that bad, like they're going to miss a treasure, the way that I approach the thrift store is, if there's something there for me, if there's something meant for me, it'll be there. You know, I'm not going to fight anybody for it. I'm not going to go out of my way to run into the room, because that's exactly what happened. I was watching and I literally was cracking up. When those doors opened, people dashed. It was like they ran into the building. And I was just watching them like, it's very hard. I was laughing. Thank God for the mask, because sometimes I can't even control my expression when I see ridiculous things. And, but the mask saves me from people seeing that, you know what I mean? So, I leisurely walked in, and somebody tapped me on the shoulder, and I turned around. It was my neighbor. Big, gigantic Polish guy who walks down the street all the time when the weather's nice. And he happened to be up there. How funny. Like, what a small world. I don't know. So he happened to be in there. So we talked for a minute, and I wished him a Happy New Year and blah, blah, blah. So, up there, I found, you know, it's funny, I didn't find that much, but what I found was pretty cool, and every single thing I found, but for one, weighed 10 tons, weighed really a lot. So, my bag was like 17 pounds today. As I said to the girl, my bag's heavy today. It's a heavy one today. But, you know what? I don't care. I was happy with what I got. The only thing that weighed nothing at all was a little tiny glass Christmas ball that I rescued from the bin. Beautiful little tiny glass Christmas ball. And it's right here. So, then I found these beautiful restaurant plates. This, you know, the diner ware that I love because it's so thick. This is PDQ pottery, made in USA, and I got 3 of these beautiful casseroles. These are like the individual casseroles that we like to make burritos in, or menegot, or, you know, something like that, individual menegot dishes or burritos. So I got 3 of these heavy, heavy duty PDQ diner or restaurant plate casseroles, and I got 4 of these smaller diner plates. This one, I don't know what this says, but Raymond is pretty up on his dinerware, and this is what this one is marked. So I got 4 of them. There were more, but I got 4 because some of them had like those hairline cracks, and I only wanted perfect ones. So I brought all these home and scrubbed them down. And I got these beautiful little Sam Adams glasses, 2 of them. These look like flight glasses, you know, the ones that go on the tasting board. But two little Sam Adams. I was happy with those. And I got some cast iron oven burner cover things. So everything was super heavy, especially the cast iron. But like I said, 17 pounds, $17, because 99 cents a pound. And I was very happy with my stuff. Then I went to my mother's house, and I buzzed my dad's hair. And he asked me if I was going anywhere. I said, yeah, I have some running around to do. So I took him to the thrift with me. He wanted to go to the local thrift. He wanted to go. And we found Michelle Obama's book for my mother. It was brand new. It was beautiful. So we grabbed that for her. And I found the perfect little shade, a very cool little shade for that tiki man, that little tiki I got a couple weeks ago with the candle holder on top. And I love the shade that we found. It's right here. And I found something so great, and I was going to get one anyway, and I found one, and we'll go into it in a minute. But anyway, we're drinking a Trogs Mad Elf, the Mad Elf, ale brewed with honey and cherries, only once a year. This is a limited edition for Christmas, and it's so delicious. I can't drink a lot of this, though, because I'm not big on heavy flavors in my beer, but this one is really good. For 1 or 2 beers, this is delicious. The cherry flavor is so good. But it's 11% alcohol, ABV. This is 11% is very high for me. So, but it is Christmas weekend, so what the hell, right? And just really beautiful. So the other thing that I found in the thrift was an Acer monitor, like brand new. Almost, I mean, couldn't have been used much. Somebody probably bought it and then wanted either a bigger one or a curved one or whatever. 20-inch Acer monitor, still in the box with all its cords. So the attaching cord, the power cord, and all of its paperwork, still in the box for $14.99. So my father's like, do you think it'll work? I was like, I don't see why not. I mean, it looks perfect and all the cords are there. So, because I wanted to do dual screens on my laptop. So my laptop is a 17-inch, but I wanted a bigger screen anyway. I wanted 2 screens. I wanted to be able to check email and Facebook while I'm watching YouTube, and I just wanted dual screens. So I came home, hooked it up. It is perfect. It is absolutely perfect. And the quality of the image is beautiful. And I'm thrilled. For $15, in monitors, you can get monitors pretty cheap now, but you're going to pay about $80, I'd say, you know, for the average monitor. And 15 bucks, how could you beat it? It's brand new. So I was really, really happy about that. All right, let's talk about the Windstorm. I didn't have any damage, thank God. There were a couple of casualties in the atomic universe, like, you know, I lost a vase. One vase hit the ground and crashed. Something I had at the top of the Coca-Cola sign that was at the top of the shed, right in the peak, that thing flew off. The pub table and those heavy-duty steel stools went over. But they went over onto the deck, not onto the ground, so. What else? What else? Oh, my flag. One of my little flags in front flew away. Just flew away. One of my little outdoor flags. So, when I got in my car this morning, like I said, it was about 20 degrees. And everything was still soaked from the massive amounts of rain we got in that windstorm. And so everything that had fallen was frozen solid. And I found my flag down the street in the gutter, frozen to the gutter. I had to pry it out. And but I found it, and I was glad. And I put it on the floor of the Jeep where the heat was blowing down on, like, on your feet. And I let it thaw right there. And Raymond said, funnier, because I said, look, it's really funny. It was frozen into this position. And Raymond said, even funnier is that you went looking for it. But technically, I wasn't actually looking for it. In the morning I was. In the morning I went to the end of the driveway and I looked up the street and down the street. Like, where did my flag go? I thought maybe it was caught in bushes somewhere. But I did not find it. And I thought it was gone for good. Because what does a flag weigh? Nothing. And driving down the street this morning, there it was. Stuck in the gutter. So I pulled over. I pried it out. And I have my flag back. So I'm very happy about that. A neighbor 2 houses over lost a whole section of their fence. You can see it right here. So I was very lucky. Very, very lucky. Considering my mother's tree went down like that, God, any one of my trees could have gone down like that. And my trees are like 200 feet. My mother's tree was like 75 feet, you know? So it could have been really, really bad. But homeowners, I had a tree fall in my house once years ago. And homeowners does cover it. But my father's like, yeah, but that fell on the house. This fell across the driveway. I said, still. It's an act of nature. I mean, there's no reason they shouldn't cover that. So, because it has to be removed, right? And they're old people that aren't capable of removing it, obviously. So, I'm sure it'll be covered. So, that was some excitement. That was crazy. When I pulled up there in the morning and saw that, I was like, kind of shell-shocked for a couple of minutes till I realized what the hell was going on, you know? And it was intense. But other than that, we had a great, great Christmas. I got out like at 1:30, the Christmas Eve. My boss let us out at 1:30. I ran to the thrift that afternoon also. I found a beautiful Irish cookbook. Very, very cool Irish cookbook. I can't even... I don't know what else I got. I don't know if I got anything else. But anyway, I got the monitor and the little tiki lampshade and everything. I got them with... I got gift cards at work from various vendors. I used a gift card. And after the thrift, I went to TJ Maxx to get coffees. I needed a bunch of coffees. And I got a Mexican cinnamon coffee. Doesn't that sound good? And then I got my favorite, which is like Sumatran. But I was running out of coffee, so I needed some coffee. Brought Vaji some of the roast home for dinner for last night and tonight. Because he's too old to go over there. Like I said on Thanksgiving, I hate to leave him home on a holiday and not bring him over. But my mother's dog is bigger and clumsy, and Vaji is just too fragile. He gets knocked around easy by her, and I can't have that with his back. So I had to leave the baby home. But I brought him some of the roast, and he loved it. So, anyway, guys, I think that's about it. I'm sure there's more, because I haven't seen you since last weekend, and it's been a very busy week. This morning was hilarious in that thrift store. I'm telling you, watching these people practically trample each other to get inside. Like, most of the stuff that I've seen in there would never be worth running for. You know what I'm saying? But I was like making some observations today, and people go in with a couple times we've gone there and we said, how could people have mounding baskets of clothes? And I noticed that people run in, just fill the basket with clothes, and then go into the holding area, the waiting area, and go through them one by one, and then choose what they want out there. What is the point? I won't even touch the clothes in those by the pound places. I can't even bring myself to touch the clothes. I mean, that's what most people go for. So it's great for me because I just go around the outside, go through the housewares, and if there's anything to buy. And I was pretty happy with my what do you call it? Diner plates, because I really love these kind of plates. But that's it, guys. I hope you had a beautiful holiday. I hope you're having a magical, mystical, musical Saturday and a beautiful weekend. We have New Year's Eve coming up, New Year's coming up. Hopefully everything will be better. It's got to get better, right? So that's it for me. Comment, subscribe, spread the love. I love you all. Tink merch below, Radio Tink podcast link below. I will talk to you very, very soon. Merry Christmas.